So I've got my Bambu P1S here, running on PETG 166% speed, because I had a leak on my toilet and I want to print a 4-inch bracket to support the 4-inch waste, and this is going to be done in an hour. This machine is absolutely next level. I've recently printed some anti-vibration dampers in, and you can see them working there. They've compacted a little bit from the weight, so I need to modify them. But they're basically a little concertina, which is has a tiny little hole in, so that when the concertina squashes or tries to expand, there's a delay. So it's an active damper, just like if it was oil filled with a little hole and a piston. You know, it reduces the movement. Obviously not quite as effective because it's air and it's compressible, but you can see them working there. And this is now printing at 260 degrees, and to be honest, I probably need to up that temperature. Yeah, let's just change that now up to 260, because I'm printing at max temperature, max speed, sorry. And yeah, it's I'm not going to print very well otherwise. There's a lot of, but just look at that thing go. It's silly. You can see there's quite a lot of movement from those dampers, but that will reduce the inertia load on the actual print head. Like I said, I need to redo them because they've squashed with the weight of the machine, and I do want to put them up online at some point for free for other people to use. I just love this thing, man. Literally watch this all day. Excuse that little nipple to the left there, that was my mistake. There was a little bit of oh yeah, it's wobbling a lot there. Yeah, that was my mistake. I've clearly got some oil or something on the bed, so it was just lifting there. That's my mistake. I need to clean the bed. Actually, as well, as I'm here and I'm doing a little short video, highly recommend this stuff, 3D lac. It's basically, I'll just say it, it's hairspray in a can. But you spray this on the bed, a light spray, sort of three in one direction and 3 in the other, so you don't miss any bits. And I've had this, it's like 11 quid, it's quite a lot, but I've honestly had this for years, and I don't print all the time, but it goes a long way. I think there's probably about that much left in it, so years of use out of this can, and it just helps. It's also good to help things come off. I've had problems with printing PETG, getting them off the bed, and this bed is designed for PETG, as you can see there. But I've found that sometimes stuff just won't come off, and then you have to delicately flick tiny little pieces off with a Stanley blade, try not to damage anything, which is a nightmare. So this actually helps to create a little barrier, and then it peels this off and it makes it much easier to come off. It also doesn't come off when you don't want it to, and you don't really have to worry about greasy fingerprints because it kind of just deals with that on its own. But yeah, this thing is just, I absolutely love it. It has its flaws. There's a big learning curve, again, like most machines, to get the absolute best performance. What I found with PETG is you have to print it much hotter, especially at this speed, because otherwise it comes out very matte, or it doesn't print well because it's basically coming out, I don't know what temperature, coming out like clay almost, very thick. And for whatever reason, Bambu have not made it so that when you bump up the speed, the temperature goes up, which is baffling to me, because obviously if you're upping the up in the speed, you have to up the temperature, because the material's got less time to warm up, which caused loads of problems to start with initially when I bought the machine, and I was like, why is that happening? And that's why. So make sure that you up your temperature if you're upping the speed, and to be honest, there's not a lot of other issues. That's mainly it. And the other thing I've done on this print, which I think you'll probably notice, is the outside print speed is 150 millimeter. Sorry, the outside print speed, the outer wall is 50 millimeters. Obviously, this is bumped up to 166 speed, so whatever that is. But that massively helps with surface finish and also shininess and consistency of shininess on the finish. So you'll see it here. That's obviously it's 4 walls, 2, 3, and there's the 50 millimeters. And I found that really does just help, mainly with the quality and the consistency of the shine on your part, which obviously is a big thing. If you've got a bit of your print that's printed slow and it's nice and shiny, and then you've got a bit that's matte, it just looks awful. So I'd highly recommend doing that. I found 50 millimeters with PETG is a good combination. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Bye.